All right, we're finally getting into season 4 of Bungo Stray Dogs. There's 5 seasons, so we're close. Are we close to the end? I don't know. I'm expecting the first couple episodes to be a prequel, like going back in time to see how someone ended up getting to where they are right now. And the context clues I have going into that is this episode is labeled The Lone Swordsman and the Famous Detective. So, to me, that's Fukuzawa and Rampo. We'll finally get to see how they know each other and how far back they go. Without further ado, let's get straight on into it. Make original content as always. All right, and let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go. This is the story of one man's struggles, his growth. So, Fukuzawa? He looks so young. Not that you look old now, but... It's gonna be Natsume. Shinjiro.
It's me. So are you ready to join the military police?
I've decided I'm going to start working alone.
Oh yeah, new intro. Stupid tower. That tower is ruined in my mind. Thanks to Dead Apple. Who are you? That's not Natsume, is it? I don't think so. I'm just like, mustache must be Natsume. Okay, so this intro is definitely for this arc, and this arc alone.
No, apparently it was a murder. Shoved out a window.
The door is open.
Looks closed to me.
He was a good and honorable man.
Thank you for coming on short notice, Fukuzawa.
Do you mind telling me what you're doing with those papers?
I suspect that the murderer had intended to either steal these specific documents.
Trying to see like what page is
had
missing,
intended to destroy them.
if any.
In order to confirm that, I'm arranging all the papers according to any potential patterns.
Gosh, you go hard.
Solving the nature of the crime would be the best farewell gift I can offer him.
What's the
But
person in the
unfortunately,
right?
The assassin
Black
has
suit.
already been captured.
No.
Is the murderer still next door? I'd like to have a look at this assassin, if you don't mind.
Be my guest. But please, don't touch any of the documents as you walk by.
I mean, he did what you asked.
Reddish hair and dual pistols.
It's not Oda, is it?
Which means he must be the famous underground child assassin. But if this boy truly is
No, it's not.
Sakanosuke Oda,
It?
As you can see, the killer is maintaining his
I just got like massive
Municipal police
goosebumps.
should be here soon to take him away.
Hey there!
That's Rampo.
It's so damn windy outside today, huh?
Is that
So,
part of the mystery?
Is there any chance we can relocate
wind?
this company or something?
What is your major malfunction? Unless you're authorized, you don't have any permission to be in here.
Yeah, but I am authorized though. I'm here for an interview today, you see.
What?
The president did mention to me that he would be interviewing an administrative trainee today.
You mind if I move some of these useless papers?
You may not! The arrangement of these documents is a catalog for determining the assassin's motivations for taking the president's life.
Go ahead, Rampo. Just finish it.
Forget it. I'll find it myself.
there's a mountain of documents on the floor. How are you planning to find yours?
Unlike all these loose papers, mine's got a heavy stamp on the front of it.
He's
Plus,
stepping
it's printed
on.
on thicker paper than the rest of it.
Don't!
So the only one that stays put.
Found it.
Smart.
Could you? Now I have
Careless,
to check
but smart.
every sheet and arrange it all over again.
Why bother? Nothing's missing. They're all still right here. And the assassin you have in the other room didn't kill the president.
Nope.
Like, you're the murderer anyway. Right,
Oh.
Secretary? You're just arranging documents to keep people away, so that you can come up with an alibi. It seems like the obviously guilty secretary and the obviously innocent assassin are both right here. Come on, mister, you're slacking on the job.
I mean, he just got here.
The fact is, the assassin's fingerprints were indeed found on the back of the president's clothes.
There's no way even the best assassin could get close to the president without being noticed. Just look, the door is right in view of his desk. And if the president
True.
resisted being pushed, the fingerprints would have meant
On his
the
front.
president was thrown out the window and not pushed out.
You're not factoring in that the president may have happened to be looking out the window.
Looking out an open window by himself on such a windy day?
See, wind is part of it.
It was someone close to him, yet the assassin's fingerprints turned up on the clothes, so those prints were faked. I heard it's pretty easy to fake fingerprints if you wanted to. Every cop knows how to do it. Come to think of it, weren't you a police officer before this job, Mr. Secretary?
This is ridiculous!
Yet another police officer that's killing someone that Rampo just takes.
You were able to get the assassin's fingerprints because you were the one who hired the assassin in the first place. If I had to bet money on it, I don't think the assassin over there ever had a clue he was being entrapped. Let's ask him.
Don't add more crimes to your guilt.
But he's not guilty. Oh, look at those eyes. It's nice. He ain't just kill him. How is he gonna plead now?
Quick, call an ambulance and contact the municipal police.
Pretty sure we don't need the ambulance. The secretary is already dead.
So this is definitely before Oda takes the whole "thou shalt not kill" oath.
When did you realize the secretary was the murderer?
As soon as he walked in.
The secretary was wearing a coat, right? When have you ever seen anyone wearing a coat while sorting documents? He was concealing tools for faking the assassin's fingerprints.
Pretty smart, boy. What about school?
I was enrolled at the police academy, living in the dorms.
But
I had an argument with the dorm supervisor, so I exposed all of their past affairs, and I got kicked out.
What about your parents?
They were both killed in an accident. That's why I came out to Yokohama.
is it an accident?
Well done today.
So that's it? You're talking to a homeless 14-year-old boy who's lost his parents,
14.
his job, and his future. That's all you've got? What's that thing?
My contact information. Contact me if you're ever in trouble. I'll help you free of charge, the first time or so.
Again, that's it?
Boy, hold up.
Boy.
Hello?
I need help, Mr. Bodyguard.
You're just outside.
I don't have a job or a place to stay. I'm afraid I'm gonna die out here.
I happen to be heading to work right now. Come with me. Does that work for you?
It sure does!
I mean, that's one way to get around it.
The manager has been lamenting about a staff shortage. If I can finish my
Such
job
a
here,
unique
I'm
color
sure that
palette.
she'd be open to making you a new employee.
We have some time until opening. Check the theater for anything suspicious.
Any
But why
idea
a
who the
theater?
threats might be coming from?
Since when does an assassination ever happen in a theater?
We received this several days ago. The Angels of Death shall bring true devastation upon the performers of this theater. Signed V.
The
The performers, huh? So it is the actors who are going to be killed? Ooh.
it's the understudies. Look at the understudies.
You previously told me that you needed more people to fill positions for your staff shortage. I'm hoping you can interview him.
If that's the case, please send me a resume then. I'll evaluate him with the others.
Huh? In that case, I guess there's no chance I'm getting hired then.
I told you I'll evaluate you.
Nope. This theater hag's already decided she's not gonna hire me no matter what.
Peter Hag?
You could have just been honest with me. Same thing with how you're dealing with this guy. The real reason why you aren't introducing him to the municipal police is because you want him to keep an eye on the police and have the police keep an eye on him as well.
Boy, that's enough.
Boy.
I don't care what your intentions are with me or the
God of
police.
War.
I'm simply going to do my best to prevent a crime from happening.
Do whatever you want.
He's pissed she got found out.
Man, grown-ups are so quick to get angry.
Why are you speaking to me right before the show? Don't you know what an actor has to do to prepare for a performance? We dive into another world. I've trained nearly 6 months for the role of a lifetime in this play. If they mess with me, they're going to be the dead ones, not the actors.
I'll respect your work. But if you don't cooperate, you may end up being murdered.
Believe it or not, I'm the lead actor.
Huh? You're the lead actor?
Crazy.
Tokyo Murakami? Never heard of you.
Who's this brat in my dressing room?
Hey, what's this play about anyway?
You were sent the scripts, weren't you?
Yeah, but that thing was so boring. I gave up after the first page before falling asleep.
Boy,
If you think that the script is boring, then I guess it must be boring. But usually it's the audience that gets to decide that.
And wouldn't he be part of the audience?
Do you have any blush? I don't know where.
I don't trust the guy in white.
Have you met Murakami? This play's practically a one-man show for his character. He's been meeting a lot with the playwright Kurahashi.
I mean, no one here really believes there's going to be an actual murder tonight, do they? I only have a minor role that no one cares about. Can you imagine an actor so insignificant that I'm not even worth threatening to kill?
Maybe someone in the cast decided to sleep with a crazed fan. Or they broke up and decided to quit the play. I'm sure there's a cast member or two someone wants to kill.
It was her. Cuff her.
Hey, mister, I'm getting hungry over here.
Warhawks?
neither the theater nor the municipal police are taking the threat seriously.
Of course not.
It's not a threat. It's a warning. A threat is, you better do ABC for me, or I'm gonna do XYZ to you.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Right
sense.
now, all we have is a warning saying we're going to kill one of the performers in your play. So it's not a threat so much as it's really a declaration.
When did you come to that realization?
Since the
I
beginning.
heard what the letter said.
If you knew right away, why didn't you say anything?
It simply never occurred to me that a savvy person like yourself would ever misinterpret the warning as a threat.
He's convinced that everyone else already knows the truth, and that most people are simply pretending that they don't know. What things have you noticed about me so far?
Are you gonna like it though?
Grown-ups sure do love their quid pro quos, don't they? I've
How'd you
only
jump
just
that far?
met you, so there's not much I can tell about you yet. You told me you're a bodyguard, a master of martial arts, very single. You have no co-workers. You chose a seat by the wall at the restaurant, so you must be a swordsman as well. And just a guess, the reason you don't use your katana for work anymore is because you're ashamed of your last job. What job involving swordplay could you be ashamed of? There was some buzz about an incident a few years ago. Pro-war bureaucrats and overseas military factions were suddenly found dead. Should I keep going, mister?
Silence!
He could not take it.
I'm sorry. Are you all right?
Just startled is all.
This boy is absolutely the real deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Help me with this job. If we manage to do well, I'll introduce you to work you're more suited for.
I'll do what I can.
Do what I can. You probably already know who the murderer is. You know who the murderer is. You know how they're gonna do it. You know where they are right now.
Let's go.
Really, we're ending right here. I wonder how many more episodes are going to be in the past. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out what Fukuzawa was doing prior to working alone, because my immediate thought is, okay, he worked for the government first, and then he decided to work alone. But I believe right here, he's getting a call from the government saying like, hey, we got a job for you. Unless this is like before that incident with the bureaucrats or whatever it's called. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe this is what we're seeing right here is him getting the call for that job. I don't know. I'm gonna double check when I rewatch it again. But he's by himself right now. So I wonder how he ends up getting the backing for the agency. Obviously it starts with him and Rampo. But how does he convince the government that this former assassin / now bodyguard should get the document to do business? Unless the document's actually Rampo's and Fukuzawa's just holding onto it. I don't know. Again, another thing I love about seeing Rampo-centric episodes is that it allows me to try to figure it out along with Rampo. I try to beat Rampo. Most of the times I don't succeed because I'm just not as observant as Rampo. And when he does explain why he thinks a certain person is doing something, it makes sense. That's the one thing I do love about how they do Rampo specific episodes is the evidence technically is right there in front of you. There's no evidence that, at least from what I remember, there's no evidence that Rampo knows that you don't know. It's almost as if you and Rampo are starting this investigation together and it's a race trying to see, okay, who does what, how do they do it? Who reaches the finish line first? And I know I said this in another episode. I don't even know if it was Bungo Stray Dogs or not, but one of the reasons why I didn't like the movie Glass Onion is because of that very notion of the fact that the detective had information that we didn't have. So he came to certain conclusions that we couldn't come to because of the information we didn't have. But anyways, Oda makes an appearance. I immediately thought Oda because of the hairstyle, but I was second guessing it because I could not remember the color palette of Oda. I knew Oda had like brownish, reddish hair, but obviously since this whole color palette's dulled out, it's kind of hard for me to be like, yeah, that's Oda. And then the eyes being so blue, I could not remember whether or not Oda's eyes were blue. So my initial thought was, oh, it's Oda. But then starting to think more and more, I was like, is that Oda? Is that not Oda? And then also with him killing people, that's definitely not the Oda we know. And we don't know what the timeline is between here and when we see Oda in the Port Mafia. Because we see that in the Port Mafia, he's turned to a life of, oh, I'm not going to kill anyone. But here, he was just willing to take out that one person. So I don't remember if we ever got a reason as to why Oda doesn't kill. So I'm pretty sure we haven't gotten anything. So I do wonder, what is the catalyst? What causes Oda to go away from killing? It couldn't have just been what happened in Dead Apple. 'Cause I don't think we got much about Oda in Dead Apple anyways. It's just interesting to see him again. It's like the only time we see him is in like the past stuff. I mean, obviously we can't see him in the present, duh. And so how did this case go? Was this a success? Because technically Rampo did solve the case, but technically there's no evidence against the secretary. Like all we got were inferences based off the scenario. The fact that it was windy, you know, the position of the desk, right? But those really, I don't think, hold up that much in court. Like you need solid evidence. Maybe they saw the tools that were on his body after they recovered him. So that may have led him to be found guilty, but still there was no trial. So Fukuzawa technically went into this with someone in custody and then went out of this with the secretary now dead and the person that's in custody escaped. So again, I don't know if that's a win in their column or not, but it happened. And then Rampo explaining how his life goes. Rampo is, what's the word? I can't think of it on top of my head. He just doesn't, he's not able to see social cues, which is very surprising for someone who is just so observant about other people. I think it's just because Rampo not only doesn't like it when people lie, but doesn't understand why people lie in the first place. Now for him, he doesn't have anything to lie about. He's an open book, always tells the truth. Now obviously that has gotten him in trouble in the past, but also he doesn't understand the quote unquote necessity to keep truths and say lies. Therefore, he doesn't understand why people get upset when he tells their truths. Now, as far as I know, in the present, he really hasn't gotten that much better. I will say he's held back a little bit when it comes to the members of the agency. But I still remember episode 3 of season 1 when we first met him. He was going at it with the police lieutenant or police officer dude. I like how he fooled Fukuzawa to giving him a job, or following him to get a job. This whole theater thing, I wonder what it is. There's so many suspects. This could be her. Like she could be trying to get this theater closed down in the first place. Like the fact that she hired the police and she hired Fukuzawa to keep tabs on each other means to me that she's kind of on edge, very antsy, doesn't trust anyone. So she could be projecting. And also the more people she has to guard the actors, the more people she can blame if those actors do end up dead. So now she has more people to push the blame on. And it could also be the fact that she's not hiring Rampo. Could make it be like, oh, she's not hiring because she is hoping the theater goes under. So why would you want to hire people to a place that's going to be closed soon? I also don't trust this guy, the main actor dude. He seems very calm, whereas everybody else is kind of, oh, you know, it could not be me. I could not be killed. I have such an insignificant role. So he could be playing a part. Either he is the one who's going to kill someone, or he's going to play the part of the person being quote unquote killed to bring down the theater. right? He could be acting as though he gets killed in order to bring down the theater. And as for any rest of the cast, I guess he was almost suspicious because he was like, oh, my part's so small, I couldn't. Maybe he's jealous for having a small part, but it's like, if the main dude dies, then he still doesn't have a chance of getting the part. Her, again, she seems not too nervous, unless eating the candy's a nervous thing, but she didn't give Rampo chocolate, which she could be the murderer just for that. And then Fukuzawa basically telling Rampo to just light up the fuse that is Fukuzawa and say, oh, what is it that you feel about, like, can you read me? Can you figure out me? Which figured him out to the T. I don't know how the whole where he sat led him to believe that he's a swordsman. I'll have to double check that. But good on you, Rampo, for understanding that he's a swordsman, but he doesn't carry a sword. Therefore, he has to have a reason for not carrying the sword anymore. And I wonder if this stuff gets brought up again. Like, are we going to actually see what happened? Or get information as to why? Actually, can I see this? Faceless assassin punishes war hawks behind the serial murders of military cliques. Diet. Okay. Well, shoot. That hasn't given me anything to go off of. But I wonder what caused Fukuzawa to A, take them out, and then 2, make him feel bad for doing so. Was he controlled? Was he not controlled? Was he forced to take commands? Not the same as being controlled, by the way. Was he the one that actually killed them, or was he the one framed for it? Were the members being controlled and they were attacking Fukuzawa, which led Fukuzawa to kill him based off self-defense? There's a lot of possibilities that could be happening, but I hope we get some information as to what happened. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. I'm hoping the next episode we get the wrap up of the theater, and then episode 3 would be them trying to form up the agency. But anyways, that was my reaction to Bungo Stray Dogs season 4 episode 1. If you like my reaction, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys want to know anything more, put a comment section below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.